Good afternoon, students. In last class, we have discussed regarding buffer solutions and salt hydrolysis. In salt hydrolysis, we have discussed regarding salt hydrolysis of strong acid, strong base, and weak acid, strong base. We have discussed in the last class. So in today's class, we will discuss regarding hydrolysis constant reaction for the sodium acetate and degree of hydrolysis for the sodium acetate, and then relationship between KH, K alpha and KW, and then the degree of hydrolysis of salt of weak bases and strong acids, and then hydrolysis of salts of weak acid, weak bases we will discuss in today's class. So in today we are discussing regarding the hydrolysis constant for the sodium acetate reaction, and then relationship between KH, K alpha and KW, and then the degree of hydrolysis of sodium acetate, and then we are discussing regarding hydrolysis of salt of weak bases and strong acids, and then we are discussing the hydrolysis of salt of weak acids and weak bases. Now the hydrolysis constant. The hydrolytic reaction of sodium acetate, how we are writing the sodium acetate plus Na plus of H2O gives rise to acetic acid plus Na plus OH minus. This is the hydrolytic reaction for the sodium acetate. We are observing here that Na plus ion is common on both the sides. The sodium ion is common on both the sides of this equation, so it may be left out, and the equation may be represented as the sodium acetate, it is an unhydrolyzed salt, plus water molecule gives rise to free base OH minus, hydroxyl ion is a free base, plus free acid, acetic acid CH3COH is a free acid. So now what we have to do, applying the law of chemical equilibrium and taking the concentration of water as constant. We are taking the concentration of water as a constant and apply the law of chemical equilibrium. The equation we get as KH is equal to concentration of OH minus into concentration of acetic acid divided by concentration of acetate ion. Consider it as equation 31, or you may consider it as equation 1 also. So KH is known as the hydrolysis constant. So in this way we are finding out the hydrolysis constant for the reaction of sodium acetate. Now the relation between KH, K alpha and KW. What is the KH? KH is the hydrolysis constant, K alpha is the dissociation constant, and KW is the dissociation constant for the water. What is the relationship in between these three? So, for example, you can write the equation. Acetic acid gives rise to acetate ion plus H plus, H2O energizes to give H plus OH minus ion. The following equation you can write K alpha is equal to, K alpha is the dissociation constant, K alpha is equal to concentration of H plus into concentration of acetate ion divided by concentration of acetic acid. Consider it as equation 32, where K alpha is the dissociation constant of the acid, and KW is equal to concentration of H plus into concentration of OH minus. What is the KW? KW is the dissociation constant for the water. So KW is equal to concentration of H plus into concentration of OH minus. Consider it as equation 33. Now divide the equation 33 by equation 32. We have KW divided by K alpha. KW is the equation 33. K alpha is the equation 32. So divide equation 33 by 32. KW divided by K alpha is equal to concentration of OH minus into concentration of acetic acid divided by concentration of acetate ion, that is equal to KH. That is equal to KH, because already we got in equation 31 what is the KH is equal to concentration of OH minus into concentration of acetic acid divided by concentration of acetate ion. So what we get here also, Kw divided by K alpha is equal to concentration of OH minus into concentration of acetic acid divided by concentration of acetate ion, that is equal to KH, hydrolysis constant. So KH is equal to Kw divided by K alpha. We can write it as KH is equal to Kw divided by K alpha. Thus, hydrolysis constant KH of salt varies inversely as the dissociation constant K alpha of the weak acid. Therefore, the weaker the acid, the greater is the hydrolysis constant of the salt. If the acid is weak, the hydrolysis constant will be greater. So, in this way, we have find out the relationship between KH, K alpha and Kw. Now we will discuss regarding degree of hydrolysis. Let us consider the C moles per liter be the initial concentration of sodium acetate. The sodium acetate initial concentration will be C moles in aqueous solution, and let X be the degree of hydrolysis. X will be the degree of hydrolysis, which is defined as the fraction of the total salt that has undergone the hydrolysis and the attainment of equilibrium. So we can rewrite the equation. Sodium acetate plus of H2O gives rise to acetic acid plus OH minus. What is the initial concentration? Initial concentration will be C moles per liter, and we can write C into 1 minus X, and acetic acid concentration is Cx and OH minus concentration is Cx. Now we can write the hydrolysis constant for this equation. KH is equal to Cx into Cx. What is the Cx? Cx is the concentration of acetic acid into Cx, again the concentration of OH minus, divided by C into 1 minus X. This is the concentration of acetate ion. That we can write as is equal to Cx square, X into X, X square, Cx square divided by 1 minus X. If X is small as compared to unity, if X is small, 1 minus X in the above equation may be replaced by 1. So we can get KH is equal to Cx square, or X is equal to root of KH divided by C. Consider it as equation 35. But we know that from the above equation, what we have get, KH is equal to Kw divided by K alpha. So therefore X is equal to KH means what? Kw divided by K alpha into C. Consider it as equation 36. And then by means of equation 36, it is possible to calculate the degree of hydrolysis of salt of weak acid and a strong base at any concentration C of the salt, provided the dissociation constant K alpha of the acid is known. By taking this equation, we can calculate the degree of hydrolysis of weak acid and strong base. And then it follows from the equation 36 that the weaker the acid is weaker, the greater is X. So the degree of hydrolysis also, since Kw increases rapidly with temperature, dissociation of water increases rapidly with temperature, and K alpha changes only slightly, it is evident that the degree of hydrolysis X increases considerably with the rise of temperature. With the rise of temperature also, the X increases, hydrolysis increases, and if the acid is weak, then also the degree of hydrolysis increases. Lastly, it is seen that the degree of hydrolysis X increases when concentration decreases, that is when dilution increases. When dilution increases, the degree of hydrolysis increases. When the acid is weak, the degree of hydrolysis increases. When the temperature rises, the degree of hydrolysis increases. These 3 points we have to remember while attempting the question regarding the degree of hydrolysis. What happens to the degree of hydrolysis? If the temperature rises, the degree of hydrolysis increases. If the given acid is weak, the degree of hydrolysis increases. If the solution is diluted, as the solution more diluted, the degree of hydrolysis increases. These points we have taken into consideration while explaining the degree of hydrolysis of acids. Now here one of the problem we are discussing, calculate the degree of hydrolysis of 0.10 molar solution of sodium acetate at 25 degrees Celsius. K alpha, dissociation of acid they have given, K alpha is equal to 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 5, and Kw is equal to dissociation of water molecule, Kw is equal to 1 into 10 to the power minus 14. They have given the values. We have to substitute in that equation and we have to calculate the degree of hydrolysis for the reaction. So how we are giving the solution? First we have to write down the equation for the hydrolysis constant. What is the equation for the hydrolysis constant? Kh is equal to Kw divided by K alpha. From where we have took this equation? From the equation 34. Now we have to substitute the values in the given equation. Kh is equal to Kw, how much they have given? 1 into 10 to the power minus 14, divided by K alpha, how much they have given? 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 5. What we will get? That is equal to 5.555 into 10 to the power minus 16. So now you can assume that, assuming that the degree of hydrolysis X is small, X is small, so X is equal to root of Kh divided by C. So what we will get? That is equal to root of 5.555 into 10 to the power minus 10 divided by 0.10. From where we have took this 0.10, 0.10 is the concentration. What is the concentration they have given? 0.10 molar. So 5.555 is the Kh, hydrolysis constant we got, that is 5.555 into 10 to the power minus 10 divided by concentration is 0.10, that is equal to 7.452 into 10 to the power minus 5. Thus the degree of hydrolysis for the reaction is 7.452 into 10 to the power minus 5. So in this way we are calculating the degree of hydrolysis for the reaction if the values they have given. Now the degree of hydrolysis of salt of weak bases and strong acids. So for this we have taken, consider ammonium chloride as an example for this category of salts. In water, it undergoes almost complete ionization into NH4 plus ion and Cl minus ion. The ammonium ions take up OH minus ions furnished by water to form feebly ionized base and ammonium hydroxide. The undissociated water further ionizes so as to maintain the constant value of Kw. What is the Kw? The dissociation constant of water. This causes increase in the concentration of hydrogen ion and decrease in the concentration of hydroxyl ion. The solution therefore becomes acidic. Why it is becoming acidic? Because the hydrogen ion concentration is increases and the hydroxyl ion concentration is decreasing. Therefore the solution becomes acidic. Thus, the aqueous solution of salt of weak base and strong acid is acidic because of hydrolysis. Now you can write the hydrolytic equation. The hydrolytic reaction of ammonium chloride may be represented as NH4 plus Cl minus plus of H2O. The ammonium ion takes up OH minus ions to give ammonium hydroxide, feebly dissociated ammonium hydroxide, plus Cl minus plus H plus. Since Cl minus ion is common on both the sides of the equation, it may be left out and the equation may be represented as unhydrolyzed salt NH4 plus of H2O gives rise to free base. Ammonium hydroxide is a free base, plus of H plus free acid. Applying the law of chemical equilibrium, we have to apply the law of chemical equilibrium to the above equation. We get the hydrolysis constant Kh KH is equal to concentration of H plus into concentration of ammonium hydroxide divided by concentration of NH4 plus. The following other equilibria also exist in this solution. What is that equilibria? Means ammonium hydroxide gives rise to ammonia plus radical plus OH minus, and then H2O gives rise to H plus ion and OH minus ion. So accordingly, following equation should also hold good. So dissociation of base, Kb is the dissociation constant of the base. Kb is equal to concentration of NH4 plus into concentration of OH minus divided by concentration of ammonium hydroxide. So where Kb is the dissociation constant of the base. And you can write the dissociation constant of water also. Kw is equal to concentration of H plus into concentration of OH minus. Consider it as equation 40, and Kb equation is 39. So dividing the equation 40 by equation 39, what we have get? Equation 40 we have to divide by equation 39. Kw divided by Kb is equal to concentration of H plus concentration of NH4OH divided by concentration of NH4 plus, that is equal to KH, that is equal to KH, because already in the equation 38 what we have get for KH? KH is equal to concentration of H plus into concentration of NH4OH divided by concentration of NH4 plus. Therefore Kw divided by Kb is equal to KH. So KH is equal to Kw divided by Kb. Consider it as equation 41. So it is evident that weaker the base, the greater is the hydrolysis constant of the salt, and hence greater is the degree of hydrolysis. If base is also weaker, the greater is the hydrolysis constant of the salt, and hence greater is the degree of hydrolysis. So in last concept also we have discussed, if the acid is weaker, the degree of hydrolysis is more. Same way, if the base is weaker the base, the greater is the hydrolysis constant of the salt, and hence greater is the degree of hydrolysis. Now the salt of weak acids and weak bases, hydrolysis of weak acid and weak bases. Salts of this category is ammonium acetate. The ammonia and acetate ions are furnished by the salt combine with OH minus ion and H plus ions of the water to form feebly ionized ammonium hydroxide and acetic acid. The reaction may be represented acetate ion unhydrolyzed salt plus ammonium ion unhydrolyzed salt plus water molecule gives rise to free acid, that is acetic acid, plus free base ammonium hydroxide. In this case, both H plus ion and OH minus ions are removed simultaneously, and if they are removed in the equivalent amount as in the present case, the solution remains neutral. So the hydrolysis of the salt has taken place. The equilibrium law equation for hydrolysis constant KH in the present reaction may be written as KH is equal to concentration of acetic acid into concentration of ammonium hydroxide divided by concentration of acetate ion into concentration of ammonium ion. Consider it as equation 46. The following other equilibria also exist in this solution. You can write the other equilibrium reactions also. Acetic acid ionizes to give acetate ion and H plus ion. Ammonium hydroxide dissociates to give NH4 plus OH minus. Water molecule H plus OH minus. Accordingly, you can write the equilibrium equations also for this. K alpha is equal to concentration of acetate ion into concentration of H plus divided by concentration of acetic acid, and Kb is equal to concentration of NH4 plus into concentration of OH minus divided by concentration of NH4 OH, and Kw is equal to concentration of H plus and concentration of OH minus. Consider these as equation 47, 48 and 49. Now, what is the K alpha dissociation of acid? Kb is the dissociation of base, dissociation constant of base. Kw is the dissociation constant for the water. Consider it as equation 47, 48 and 49. Now, divide the equation 49 by equation 48 as well as by equation 47. We have Kw divided by K alpha into Kb, that is equal to acetic acid, concentration of acetic acid into concentration of ammonium hydroxide divided by concentration of acetate ion into concentration of NH4 plus ion, that is equal to Kh. Why we have considered it as equal to Kh? Because in the above equation we get Kh is equal to, in equation 46 you can observe, Kh is equal to concentration of acetic acid into concentration of NH4OH divided by concentration of acetate ion into concentration of NH4 plus. So therefore this whole equation we can consider it as equal to Kh. Kw divided by K alpha into Kb is equal to Kh. Thus in this case Kh is equal to Kw divided by K alpha into Kb. Consider it as equation 50. Now, if the initial concentration of the salt is C moles per liter and X is its degree of hydrolysis, then at the equilibrium point the concentration of the various species will be shown. The concentration of acetate ion is C into 1 minus alpha, that of NH4 plus ion is C into 1 minus X plus of H2O. Acetic acid concentration is Cx and ammonium hydroxide concentration is Cx. Now for this equation we have to write down the hydrolysis constant Kh. Kh is equal to C square X square. Why we have taken C square X square? Because concentration of acetic acid is Cx, ammonium hydroxide is Cx. So that's why we have taken C square X square divided by C square 1 minus X square. Why we have taken here also C square into 1 minus X square? Because the concentration of acetate ion and ammonium ion is C into 1 minus X. That's equal to X square divided by 1 minus X square. We can cancel C square, that's equal to X square divided by 1 minus X square. Consider it as equation 51. Neglecting the x as compared to unity, we are comparing with the unity, we can neglect the x. We have Kh is equal to x square, so x is equal to root of Kh, consider it as equation 52, or that is equal to root of Kw divided by K alpha into Kb. What is the Kh? Kh is the root of Kw divided by K alpha into Kb. So thus x is equal to root of Kw divided by K alpha into Kb. Consider it as equation 53. What is the Kw? Dissociation constant of water. K alpha dissociation constant of acid. Kb dissociation constant of base. So from the equation 51 what we have to know that the weaker the acid and the base, the greater is the degree of hydrolysis of the salt. If the given acid or the given base is weak, then the degree of hydrolysis of the salt is greater. It should be noted that in the case of degree of hydrolysis is independent of the concentration of the solution, because as the solution is diluted the degree of hydrolysis is greater, so it is independent of the concentration of the solution. Further, therefore, since Kw increases with the temperature, as the temperature increases the dissociation of increases much more rapidly than other K alpha and Kb, so the degree of hydrolysis increases with the rise of temperature. So again we are considering only the three factors regarding to the degree of hydrolysis. As the given acid or a base is weaker, the degree of hydrolysis is greater. As the temperature increases, the degree of hydrolysis increases. In this way we have discussed regarding the degree of hydrolysis of salt of weak acid, weak base, salt of weak acid, strong base, salt of strong acid, strong base, and the hydrolysis constant for their reactions. Students, thank you.